Tariq Nasheed is usually on X versus the other platforms. He is on Instagram and he is on YouTube, but the majority of his content is on X. And he uses pretty often Twitter Spaces where people can join in and they have conversations. And he does, a lot of his content over there. And what happens is he either uploads the entire Twitter space or clips part of the Twitter space and then reposts it back onto YouTube. And that's what you really see on the majority of his content on YouTube. I think, once a week he goes live on YouTube, but mostly you see it there. Now, of course, on his Twitter spaces, you will see a lot of trolls, okay? There's a lot of trolls that come on. He doesn't know them, but there's one that comes on by the name of T.S. Giselle, who is a transgender. And T.S. Giselle is just a troll. I don't know if that's a real individual or not, but, comes on and, Tariq Nasheed typically will have the person on for, like a few seconds or a minute or whatever. Then he just boosts the person off the platform. And that's pretty much what it is, right? But then there is a controversy surrounding T.S. Giselle, as you know, which is probably a transgender person. And so this is what's happened.
Speaking of that, with that T.S. Giselle, there was, and you got to watch these ops. You got to watch these ops. This is one of these Hebrew Israelites. He tried to use T.S. Giselle to start a failed rumor. Did y'all, and some of y'all didn't even see this stupid shit. This dude running around talking about T.S. Giselle is the first lady of FBA. And I really started looking at this dude because I met this cat. And when he started trying to run with that bullshit, I'm like, dude, are you an op? Dude, are you a damn fed even? Are you a fed even running with some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? When you engage in bad faith shit like that, that's fed talk. Yeah, this dude, T.S. Giselle is a damn trans troll. There's a bunch of them. So T.S. goes in these, this say anything. Nobody takes this person seriously. And then T.S. Giselle running around talking about they're the first lady of FBA. All right, that's just some troll. And this dude texts me. You're like, hey man, I heard that this transgender is the third lady of FBA. What that about? I'm looking at the phone. Like, why would you ask me some stupid shit like that? Why would you ask me some shit like, I'm looking at this dude funny for even asking me that. Why would you ask me something so damn obviously stupid and trollish, dude? Why would you even ask me that? And I saw what it was. I'm like, okay, what this dude is doing, he's trying to frame a public narrative. He's trying to text me so he can run whatever response I give, he's going to run publicly with it. I already saw it. And sure enough, he did. Because I'm like, I don't even dignify no stupid shit like that with no real response, bro. I don't even know why you asking me that.
Woo! Tariq Nasheed is discussing a situation with a Hebrew Israelite who is, questioning him about this troll that is coming on to his Twitter space. And I happened to find out exactly who this person was.
Hey, man, I'm going to be real brief, man, and maybe I'll put the video up. Tariq Nasheed is apparently subliminally talking about me because he's too vaginal to say my name directly. So I'm the person that he's trying to call COINTELPRO XYZ because I text and asked him if a man pretending to be a woman that's calling himself the queen of the FBA was something that they represented. And then he gets mad at me for asking him, and I'm only asking him because he's the quote-unquote head, especially on Twitter Spaces. So I figure I go to the source because we had a relationship, and instead of him respecting it, he calls me agent, talks about me subliminally. That don't really matter. What's diabolical, though, is that straight men who's supposed to be about foundational black people would allow a gay man to represent himself as the queen of your so-called movement. What's worse, asking if it's true or letting some gay man troll you to being that?
Woo! This individual is Captain Tazarok, also affectionately known from what I hear as Cap. I saw him first, on the Sonnetter TV, basically debating. He is a member of the ISUPK with General Johanna, that is the commanding leader there. So he's from the East Coast, strong brother. A lot of people know Brother Tazarok, especially if you're in the pro-black, organic, conscious community. Almost everybody would know who this man is online. He's very known. Don't let the numbers fool you, because a lot of people have seen him around. And so Tariq Nasheed has met this brother before, so that's how he has his number. Tariq Nasheed is wondering, why are you talking to me about this particular person? And then Captain Tazarok has said it, right? But then also Captain Tazarok releases this proof.
He, whatever it is, video he get, but
Is she?
yes,
And
ma'am.
let's be very clear. In the hierarchy of FBA, I'm second in command. There's Tariq Nasheed at the top, and then it's me, T.S.
Can,
Giselle,
can I ask you a question, ma'am?
the first lady of
Can,
FBA, Miss.
uh,
Now we have this particular person, T.S. Giselle. She's talking to Charleston White, and basically she's introducing herself as the first lady of FBA. Now Tariq Nasheed would respond to Captain Tazarok.
It's a Fed tactic. So we got to watch these people. It's just a Hebrew Israelite. It's Fed shit. When somebody tries to hit you up with some loaded question, like, is it true that this troll is the first lady of FBA? You asking a question that's designed to embed a lie in the question itself. So whether you say yes or no or whatever, no, clearly it's some troll shit. But yeah, you walk away with the lie repeated. And you're just trying to set up a basis to spread the lie, which failed. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, man, do you think people are dumb? Yeah, you have no respect for the public to even run with some shit like that.
Now Tariq Nasheed did not mention his name, but we already know that he's talking about Captain Tazarok. And so what he's saying is like, hey, got an issue with, the Hebrew Israelite guy. And the name of this video is called Conscious Costume COINTELPRO. And if you look at the thumbnail, you basically see that there is a person dressed up as a Hebrew Israelite, which would infer that this is ISUPK or ISUPK member or a Hebrew Israelite member, which you have seen Captain Tazarok dress up, in this particular fashion before. At least I've seen him dressed up in something like this, at least on interviews. And so what he's saying is that the way that Captain Tazarok is messaging him about this transgender, number one, not only is it petty, but it seems like it's so small that this is something that he shouldn't even be talking to me about. Like, I can't control this transgender. But Captain Tazarok would respond with this.
A gay man could never troll the Israelite movement, and we accept it, and we think it's funny, and we think it's cute. We would never do that. But the FBA apparently will let a gay man or a trans man troll them.
So this is the main motivation, at least what I hear from Captain Tazarok. And again, I have interviewed him before. We don't agree on everything. Again, I don't have any problem with Captain Tazarok. I like certain Hebrew Israelites. I kind of have a little bit of issue about the ones that are coming back to Africa that do some of the scamming. Woo! And this is not to say that all Hebrew Israelites that come back to Africa scam, but that's who I've had an issue with. So, but ISUPK, I've never really had no issue with them. And he seems like he's a stand-up brother. But he's saying right now, because the Hebrew Israelite community would never have or never allow a transgender to troll our community. What I believe that he's saying is because T.S. Giselle comes onto the stream. There's a little bit of a roast session between T.S. Giselle and Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed is, no doubt, probably the best online content creator, comedian, in the space. So Tariq Nasheed does entertain people. So he will roast people. I mean, he'll roast anybody. Transgenders comes in, he'll roast them up. whites, Africans. So this is not unlike Tariq to kind of engage in some little back and forth there before he boots you off. So what Captain Tazarok is saying that, I wanted to make this between me and you, but it was different. What I think happened is this. Tazarok messaged Tariq. I'm unclear after the message who came out and talked about it first, because Tariq said that he's already talking about it, and I believe that's the clip, okay? But Tazarok says that Tariq was already calling him COINTELPRO, so I don't know. What I'm saying is that one, I don't know who's wrong with that. But to me, it seems that if a transgender is trolling Tariq or trolling people, it's not like Tariq Nasheed can do anything about that. I mean, it's people who make up fake accounts of me. I've had folks make up a fake accounts of who my girlfriend was. I mean, just today, I saw somebody having an AI version of me in a wedding, or somebody who looked like me. You see it right there. I thought it was funny. You can't stop somebody trolling you. But then I do hear Captain Tazarok say, because as Israelites, we won't allow that. It seems like Captain Tazarok, who I think is a smart guy, because when you hear him debate, he's intelligent. But it seems that he has kicked this off because he says it clearly, because as Israelites. So what it seems like what Tazarok is trying to do is challenge Tariq Nasheed's credibility in #FBA, and to say, how can you be X, Y, and Z when you're allowing a transgender to represent you, because we would not allow that. Woo! And I'm trying to see how and where he would have a point. I can't see the real reason why he would go public with this, outside of the fact that he's trying to represent the fact that Israelites are above Tariq Nasheed because we don't allow this and you do. So it seems like it's, I don't know if it's for personal gain, but I have no idea why Captain Tazarok would actually, number one, message him over a troll, and then number two, go public with it. And it seems like he's actually started this. I just don't see it. I mean, it's a troll. It's a troll that's a fake person. I've never seen anybody acknowledge TSJL or any of the other trolls that come on there. You have white supremacist trolls. You have everybody that's trolling. He's on Twitter space. Anybody can come in. Again, I just do not see this outside of the fact that he would like people to see that his sect of Hebrew Israelites are on a higher, bigger moral compass than what Tariq Nasheed is doing. I don't want to say that he's doing it because he's jealous of Tariq Nasheed. I don't know if that's the case. I don't think that could be the case. I'm not sure. Maybe he's really bothered. But I do think that this is something that I feel like was not worth him bringing to the public. That's what I would say. I feel like it wasn't worth it. So, and I like Captain Tazarok. Again, I don't have any issue with him. But for Cap to bring this out, I just don't. I mean, we all have a bad day. That's all I would say. I would say, this is, maybe he thought it was real. Maybe he was concerned. And maybe Tariq Nasheed could have responded to him to say, no, that's a troll, and that would have been that. So that could be a point. But Tariq Nasheed felt that it wasn't worth responding to, and that's probably where it escalated. But again, I would never do what Captain Tazarok did to anybody, because I just wouldn't take that seriously. But what do you guys think? It's your boy Oshay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.